Hello everyone, this is Isabel. I'm in London, and as you see, it's my first in-person interview in 2021. So you can imagine I'm very excited. I've got my first in the flesh victim. The one and only Jimmy Jones is the new head of security at ZARIOT. Jimmy?
Thanks, Isabel. It's great to be your first victim in real life. Looking forward to it.
That's what you think. So let's start with a bang, Jimmy, shall we? I've been told that you're a person in the know when it comes to the status of security in IoT. Not a small topic.
No.
So I'm going to make you spill the beans. How bad is it? How unsecure is the IoT network at the moment?
I think, first of all, we need to understand that there's been a lot of good work done. There's been a lot of understanding of what the threats could be. But so far, really with IoT, we're looking at first movers. So people are not looking at a finalized product where they push it to the networks. They're looking at just to see if there's actually a business there. So at the moment, I think we're a little bit behind the curve on security. I think that's going to build, but we do need to start to look at that. We do not need to start to seriously understand how we move forward and how we design security in from the moment we start. Because it's going to be affecting all of our lives moving forward. It's going to affect everything from your day-to-day, from your journey to work, to your time in the office, to when you're at home. So it's going to be massively important that we look at that and we secure the connectivity and the end-to-end solution.
Okay. So you don't know me yet, but I like the real stuff and the real story behind the story. Mm-hmm. Any concrete example, real life example of things that have gone completely, bad because there wasn't enough security involved?
I think there's the famous story is with the fish tank, which is always a nice one because it affects a casino, and we've probably all lost some money at a casino at some time or another. So casinos are basically the total zero trust organisation. Really, they don't trust their customers, they don't trust the dealers. They don't trust the guys who watch the dealers. So it's tiers of security. But famously, there was a security breach that happened due to a temperature gauge on a fish tank. And that allowed the hackers to be able to access the casino's LAN and be able to compromise their security from the inside. So I think what that proves is with IoT, we're looking at things in a completely different way. We're no longer thinking about things where we're just securing our cyber edge and we put a firewall there. We need to think about every single thing that affects not only our businesses, but even when we start to move IoT into our homes as well. So it's the security breaches. Thankfully, there's not too many so far, but that's because we're still in the early days. This is the beginning of the tidal wave of IoT, not the end.
It's scary stuff, actually, because you can imagine how far that could go and the impact it could have on all of our lives when we start, implementing IoT in every facet of what we do. So it's quite scary stuff. So, but, I always say when there's life, there's hope. So is there any hope in IoT? What should companies and operators wanting to secure their IoT space, what should they do? What should they start with?
I think IoT is going to be an ecosystem. So you're not going to be just speaking to one person. You're going to need to understand your end-to-end solutions. So you need to understand the connectivity, and that's obviously where we come in. You need to understand what your core devices and also the applications that run them, because you need to be thinking end to end to be able to really secure what you're trying to do. And I think there are standards that have already been pushed out. There's ideas coming from NISA and other organisations that really make it clear what we should be thinking about. It's just how we move forward in deploying those ideas and how thorough we are in making sure that that's there. But I think for every business, this is going to be a core to looking after their brand. You have to go after IoT. It's going to drive your business. It's going to drive your profits. But you need to make sure that you secure it in such a way that you're securing what essentially you've spent years and years building, which is your brand reputation.
Super interesting. And you're the newest, shiniest employee in ZARIOT.
Day one.
Yeah. Head of security.
Yeah.
So how do you see ZARIOT's role in all of this? What are you going to try to achieve through ZARIOT to make sure that all of the IoT ecosystem is as safe or secure it can be? Because I'm sure it's not will never be perfect, but what do you see your role as going forward?
I think security needs to be as agile as your business. It should be driving your business. It shouldn't be a problem that you have to look at. It should be an opportunity for you to go to your customers and say that we're a reputable brand and we're looking to protect you. And I think if we do that and we're able to help our customers connect and protect, then we're in a position where we can drive business. We're not a drag on business. We're actually pushing the business. We're allowing you to move your business forward. And I think building on the piers of connectivity and security, that's the only way that you can move forward with IoT, because IoT, the connectivity is just as important as the protection. It doesn't matter if you're fully protected. If that device that tells you there's a problem, that something's going to overheat or explode, if that can't talk to where it needs to talk to, you're in exactly the same position as if you were a problem with a cyber breach or something like that. So core to what ZARIOT does, and core how I see my role, is to be able to deliver on both of those, to be able to deliver security to our customers and their end customers.
Okay, lots of challenging times but lots of exciting times ahead, I'm sure, for you and ZARIOT and the whole IoT industry. So I'll be watching you. Huh? Okay. Your baptism by fire wasn't too bad, and the hot seat wasn't too hot.
No, it wasn't too bad. I'm very glad to be the first, and I'm sure I won't be the last for this year.
I'm very excited. Thank you so much, Jimmy. Thank you for being a very good victim of mine and my first in the flesh HOTShot interview. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Isabel.
Everyone, thank you for watching, and until my next HOTShot.